have a lot of water on this planet. It is an amazing amount. Most of it, though, is salt water in oceans. The water that we are most concerned with is fresh water.
There are a lot of experts in the field that talk about the scarcity of water, particularly in our future, and how water will become a commodity that will become increasingly valuable and scarce.
The world water availability problem is increasing. Our population is growing. The weather cycling is changing. We're having heavier rainstorm events and longer drought events, and so there's an inconsistency in the availability of fresh water supply throughout the world.
We're in a much different situation in this portion of the state. We're served by the Equisbeds aquifer, which does naturally recharge and can be sustainable if it's properly maintained. One of the ways that Wichita is working on that, the sustainability of the Equisbeds, is one with good management of how we use it, but also with an aquifer storage and recovery project.
And essentially what it is it's a diversion structure on the Little Arkansas River, where at certain flows, water that would normally just flow past may even be causing some flooding downstream, where some of that water is diverted and put through a state-of-the-art treatment plant where the water is brought to drinking water standards, and then we pump that into the Equisbeds aquifer and have that water there sitting there stored so that later on, when the water may not be available or as available from other sources, we have credits in that aquifer and we can withdraw the water for use in our drinking system.
We've come up with some really creative ideas right here in Wichita, making the water center, making what would be a shed behind a building in any other city, an education center.
The Wichita Water Center, what you see behind us, is formed because of a groundwater contamination issue that happened in the north part of this town.
People would throw the chemicals out the back door, or they would have a spill, you know, our parents, our grandparents, and they think, oh, we don't have to clean that up. Mother Nature will take care of it. It'll go away. And it didn't. So here we are in the 2000s cleaning up a mess that was made back in the 1940s and 50s.
And the remediation center behind us is an educational opportunity to really learn from our past mistakes and provide a future of clean water for the area. We have a lot of communities in south central Kansas that have been planning kind of insularly. What's best for our community? And that's good. Everybody needs to look out for the best interests of their community. But when we start talking about issues that cross boundaries, such as economic development, workforce, water, and other natural resources, you know, those are areas that doesn't just affect the Augustas or Hutchisons, that affects the whole region.
I think a regional approach would be for the folks in the region to identify for themselves what is the optimum improvement plan for them, and then we work collaboratively to see if there is some sort of a middle ground where we get as close as we can to our optimum, and that each of the jurisdictions contributes financially to those things that would not normally be optimum for a particular organization, so we find a true win-win.
I think we will figure out how to share our water, how to share our resources here in Kansas, because we're an intelligent, well-educated, creative group of people.
We know that if we take certain steps that we'll have enough water through the future.